Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, yes. Good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir.
So, how are you?
Good,
All
sir.
set? Ready?
Yes, sir. Sir, I will be, you will be.
Yeah, Prabodh sir also there, sir.
Okay. So, good morning to all of you. Hope we are audible. You can check your device mic, and there are a couple of things that we need to share before we proceed. We request all the participants to keep your mic on mute. And in case you have any question, you can put a question on the chat box. So on behalf of you, we will be putting a question to the panelists, and they'll be very pleased to answer to your questions. Our humble request, and we welcome all of you on behalf of Indian Institute of Plantation Management, Bangalore. It's a very happy moment for all of us to host this panel discussion on emerging action on food industry in India post COVID-19. And something about our institute. Our institute is national institute, promoted by Ministry of Commerce and Industry, Government of India. We have been serving in this particular sector for about 26 years. Then, we have a program on food processing and business management, in addition to our flagship program in agribusiness management. So, looking into the emerging opportunities in the food processing sector, that prompted us to start an academic program on food processing and business management. So, it is a very proud moment for all of us to take this opportunity to host this event, and we thank all the panelists for giving your valuable time and accepting our invitation and being a part of this particular event and share our experiences. So it's a great, really an excitement for all of us. And I also welcome all the participants from various walks of life, including students, academicians, or the researchers, practitioners, people in the startups, or university people, so on and so forth. There are many people from the different walks of life are there. So we once again we welcome all of you to this panel discussion. Now, without taking much of your time, if you look at the current situation that the entire globe is facing, like the pandemic crisis, has made an impact on everyone's life, whether your career, your professional life, or your personal life, or even any business. And food business is not an exemption to that. So there's a shift in the consumer focusing on health, and consumer confidence changing, and consumer preferences changing. Similarly, the production, agriculture, and even the logistics supply chain also, posing a lot of issues and the challenges. So at this particular, crisis situation, if you look at the history, any crisis, the post-crisis, there is a transformation. Yeah, I'm audible?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
I hope I'm audible. Yeah. So, the crisis leads to innovation. So it is, as it is said, when the going gets tough, the tough alone gets going. So therefore, under this kind of a situations, there are practitioners, they have jumped up this opportunity, and they have made innovation in food business. So it's really a very nice experience. It is going to be a nice experience to listen to those few practitioners who have made this kind of a innovation, and they're making use of this opportunity. So, and they'll be also sharing about the challenges and the difficulties. So with this very briefing, I once again welcome all of you. And about the speakers and about the background of the speakers, I request Dr. Rana Selva to give a brief introduction about the speakers. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Very good morning to all. It's a privilege for me to welcome all the speakers of the panel of the day. First, we have Dr. Prabodh Singh Halde. He's a head regulatory affairs Marico Limited, Mumbai, and he's a past president of AFSTA India. And today he is going to give some insight on scope of food processing after the post-COVID era for the day. And welcome you, sir. And this, next we have another eminent panel member. He's Mr. Madhu Jamal Mudi. He's the founder and CEO of Agrometrics Madison, Wisconsin, USA. He's a and next we have Mr. Shivakumar Palnisamy. He's CEO NABARD TNAU Madurai. And I welcome sir. And next, it's a privilege for me to welcome Dr. Saikat Datta Mazumdar. He is the Chief Operating Officer of NutriPlus Knowledge under the program NutriPlus Knowledge. He is from ICRISET and he is specialized in innovation platform. Welcome you, sir. And finally, it's my privilege to welcome Mr. Ulaganathan Devraj. He is Senior Manager of specialized in cryogenic freezing from FB Linde India Private Limited. Welcome you, sir. I welcome you all. First, we'll have.
I think 1 second, Professor Rana. I think Mr. PC Mustafa also has joined. If I'm right, am I right? I think. Yeah, good. Thank you. Nice to have you. Yeah, go ahead, Rana.
I welcome you, sir. Next, I would welcome the young and energetic entrepreneur of the day who have welcome you, sir. Mr. Fresh. Welcome you, sir. So we'll start with each panel's insights on their own topics. First, I would request Dr. Prabodh to speak about the scope on post-COVID era on food processing.
Yeah, you can unmute. So since you joined a little late, I think you can speak for about 10 to 12 minutes and make the tone for the discussion and giving the topic which is assigned to you. Then the other speakers will be speaking for 12 minutes. Finally, you can go ahead for the panel discussion. Thank you. You can unmute and speak, sir. Yeah. I think you need to unmute.
Because, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Done.
Okay. Good morning and thank you for inviting me. I think today is August gathering and everybody, I hope everybody is fine with the health, and in this pandemic of the COVID, and entire world is actually suffering. But let me tell you, sir, this is the opportunity for India. In last 3 months, many things have changed. Unfortunately, I'm not able to join through my laptop. I wanted to share a small presentation. I request, sir, I have sent you the presentation. If you can share that presentation, it is only a 12 slides that will make my points very clear. I request organizer, if you can open my presentation and share it.
Okay. Ready?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, you have presentation copy. I have enabled multiple participants can share, or you.
Sir, you can start, sir. Start speaking, sir. I will share you, sir.
Okay.
You can start discussion.
Okay, no problem, sir. So I will take only 10 minutes now. I have already lost my 2 minutes. I know that a lot of important people are there. My sincere regards to all, and particularly Mustafa, sir. We met in the Marico Innovation Foundation. I am from Marico. Friends, every problem comes with the opportunity. Every crisis comes with the innovation. I think this pandemic will definitely give some innovation and innovative solutions to the mankind. Remember what happened in the World War I and World War II. World War I started in 1914 and World War II started in 1942. In both the World War, actually, apart from the killing of 6 crore people. But there are some fine innovation which the world has witnessed. The innovations like whatever is there in out of the world world, we have seen the penicillin innovation, concept of computer came out, ball pen, photocopy, ready to drink coffee, Coca-Cola in the small serving size, jet engine, canning as a technology, food processing as a concept, refrigerator for the actually home use. These are the innovations which came out as part of the world war. I truly believe this also will ignite lot of mind and to give the solution to the mankind, particularly in area of food processing. Every opportunity comes with the crisis, and crisis gives you the novel solution. When we see the India, when we see the India, okay, go to the next slide, slide number 8 now, 8 number. Can you go to the slide number 8? Okay, friends, why food processing and post harvest and food technology is important? Because we empower the farmer. We know that India is the country wherein 70% population is dependent on the farm and farming. So if you want to empower them, you need to do a value addition. Unfortunately, 70% population dependent on the farmer, but the farming community and food processing community total together adds only 18.2% of the GDP. So means their contribution into the entire GDP is only less than 20%, but the dependency is 70%. We need to change it. This can be only changed by increasing the value addition, by decreasing the waste, and high shelf life crop and good post harvest management techniques. Next, please. Next.
Yeah.
Next. You just skip these 2-3 slides. Okay. What has happened in the last 12 weeks? I think we have realized this one virus has normalized. Earlier slide, please. Earlier slide. One virus has normalized the lives and brought everybody on the equal path. Today, you may have a money in your pocket, but your condition and the poor condition is same. You have to do your own work. We were dependent on the domestic health. Today, everybody is doing their own work. Webinars are common, and social distancing, hygiene and wellness is a new mantra. You may remember, I am coming from the rural family. My father is a farmer. In our village house, till date, we are not allowed to enter with the shoes. We are not allowed to enter with the chappal. Our kitchens are in isolation. Our toilets are out of the home. Look at this system. This is called as the rural system. This is called as the Indian tradition. So, what actually we are going back? We are going back to the same hygiene level which our ancestors and our tradition has taught us. I have a strong hope all these issues which is happening today will emerge our food technology and food processing in very strong way. Next slide, please. So every problem is an opportunity in disguise, and I truly believe after hearing the story of Shri Mustafa sir, and when he has told in our Marico Innovation Foundation, I was so amazed to see that a person who does not have any food technology background, he has solved the problem of his own idea, actually atta mix and this illy atta batter, and how he has resolved. I hope he will tell us and ignite our mind. Next, the Atmanirbhar Bharat, the concept which has been coined by the Honorable Prime Minister, and out of that 3 lakh crore rupees has been pumped into the area of food processing. I think we need to take the advantage of that. Next, I have already spoke about the word what first and two. Next, please. This will give the innovation. Next, what are the strengths of the India? The strength of the India is that we can produce papita to orange, we can produce tomato to chiku, we can produce apple to pineapple, everything you name the vegetable or fruits we can produce. We also have so much of focus on the wellness. In coming days, the shift will be towards healthy eating. What has changed in last 50 days? In last 50 days, you must have seen that everybody is eating the healthy foods. Nobody wants to go to doctor and more focus in the prevention. Everybody is doing the yoga. Everybody wants to do the exercise, and also everybody is focusing on the traditional remedies. There will be a good scope for traditional remedies, but we need to have scientific approach. If you see the home consumption of our own country, we have a 120 crore population. So if in one house there are 4 people, that means 40 crore of household. Out of this 40 crore of household, the number of rupees which we spend per family for our domestic use for the on eating part, there will be a rupees 3,000 per family. So monthly our expenses are 1,20,000 crore per month, and that translates to 15 lakhs crore per year. This number is huge number. Entire pharma industry is less than 2 lakhs crore. Indian food industry is approximately 15 lakhs to 20 lakhs crore. A problem with the Indian food industry is that less than 80% of the industry is in unorganized and small and micro segment. We need to change that. We need to bring an organized player. We need to bring science into it. And these are the challenges. I hope that in coming days it will come. Next. Please next. These are the trends which I foresee in coming day Indian food processing sector will see. The first trend is personalized nutrition. People will not go for family nutrition, they will go for personalized nutrition. The way you have a personalized banker, personalized investor, everybody's need is different. You will see the trend like organic, all natural, traditional and vegan. Plant-based protein will have a huge scope in coming days. E-platform will increase. China's loss in the export. Today's main news on the Times Now was lot of countries are demanding inquiry in the China. They are stopping their import from China with related to the food. China exports 90,000 crore food processing material, and India exports only 16,000 crore worth of food processing items. China's loss will be the India's gain. But are you ready for that? Home cooked food will be the new segment. You go to the 5-star hotel, you will order for the home cooked food. Loose food will lose out the shine. Pack food will increase. Thanks to Mustafa Bhai, we all are using your ID Atamix, and in today's pandemic, if something has saved us is your product. That is the power of technology. The packaged food with the healthy options will increase. Safe and new packing will come out. Safe and new packing and new options will emerge. Functional food, nutraceutical will increase. High protein, multi-grain, cereal science will increase. Convenience food will also have a huge scope. Ready to eat, ready to cook, on the go product will increase. Immunity will be the new mantra. Immunity food, mental health food will be the new mantra. Cut vegetable, which will come to your doorstep. When the morning paper comes to your doorstep, morning milk comes to your doorstep, the cut vegetable also will come to your doorstep. These are the trends which I see, and all the other panelists, you always can add your wisdom, your point. Next, please. I personally see the next, please. These are the immunity boosting foods. No, go back. These are the immunity boosting foods. Go back. Please go back. Back. These are the immunity boosting foods. I think next, please. Yeah, thank you. These are the immunity boosting foods. These are the home remedies. And this particular product, this particular horticultural product will have good scope in coming time. Those who are the farmers, those who are having interest in the farming, please look at this fruit product. or vegetable products. Citrus fruit, pineapple, vegetables, color vegetables particularly, which has an antioxidant property, berries, turmeric, ginger, garlic will have huge scope in all the forms. Those students who have joined this seminar, please look at the research topic in this area. Those academicians who are working on the research, please look into the Indianness of this particular fruits, vegetables. Antioxidants works on your free radicals. Free radicals are responsible for disease, and if you increase the antioxidant load in your food, naturally you increase the immunity of the body. That's the way the antioxidant works. Next, please. You know, Indian people are today's times of India. India is recovering fast. Every fifth day, 30% of the admitted patients are COVID negative. 80% of the people are recovering at 11th day. That is the report of today's India Times of India. What it shows, our immunity is good. Most of the credit should go to our masala box. Our grandmother has taught us, and you see that in our marriage ceremony, the three things the mother passes to the daughter. One of the thing is the masala box, and that is the culture of India. If you see the masala box, what are the contents of masala box? Mustard seed, cumin seed, turmeric powder, red chili, coriander, cumin powder, home grade garam khada masala, amchur powder, lemon, lime, or imli. Now, these are the nutraceutical items at your doorstep. These are the items which has protected India for thousands of years, and unfortunately, India also got conquered by the enemies because of these spices. So the spices are our immunity boosting actually element, and more research is required to be done. Next, please. So now my last two slides regarding the startups. The startups are the good opportunity in the food processing. The definition of the startup is any particular registered body, but not the proprietor. So please make the point that if you want to do some startup in area of food processing, never register your startup as a proprietary company, because proprietary companies are not accepted by startup under DIPP. Many students, many startups, I am supporting more than 650 startups. They come to me, they said, I am doing so good business, but I am registered as a proprietor and they are not registering me under DIPP. Friends, please register your company as a partnership, as a private limited or limited liability LLP, but do not register as a proprietor. Proprietor is not a serious business. They don't consider proprietor as a business. Less than 25 CR turnover and also less than 7 years of the establishment life. Next, please. The startup, there are 4 phases, and phase 1 is ideation, phase 2 is the prototyping, phase 3 is the maintenance, and phase 4 is the scale up. Friends, if you have an idea, convert that idea into the actual action. So if you have a potential energy, convert into the kinetic energy. People do consider that they have a lot of ideas, but they don't execute, because you need to have a daring, you need to have a bias for action, you need to have that kind of ability to convert your idea into the action. That is the entrepreneur, and that's why we need to learn from the various entrepreneurs, including Mustafa Bhai, then Mr. Agrawal, Mr. Kakkar, so many startups, those who have actually done and shown us our path. Next. Yes, partnership firms can be considered as a startup, no problem. These are the changes which will happen in the food processing area. Better you change it now, whatever is the companies you are working for. But if you don't change now, the time will change you. Online sales is normal, now new normal. Digitalization is a new normal. You cannot do the business without having a digital power in your business. Modern trade is a new avatar of the market. Rural market is actually calling. Export potential is a huge. Home delivery is also a good option. Let me tell you, friend, today I talked to my father. He is in the village. Entire village is working for the monsoon preparation. Village economy is growing. Let me tell you, village economy is growing. The problem is with the actually urban market. Urban is stopped. Delhi is stopped partially. Bombay is completely stopped. But rural Punjab is growing, Punjab is harvesting, Haryana is harvesting, Maharashtra is harvesting, mango season is at the peak. The problem is not about the rural point. Problem is the market point, which is at the urban. So we need to focus. Next time will be the rural economy will be having a good growth. Next. If you don't innovate, you will evaporate. Again, I'm repeating. If you don't innovate now, you will evaporate. So for the student and for the starting people, what I want to say, do not worry about the future, because today in this pandemic, shops which are open, they are the food shops. So food processing has a huge future. There is no doubt about it. Are you ready for that? If you are a student, R&D opportunity will be the huge. If you are a businessman, you need to focus on R&D. You need to change your way of product mix. The product will not be rided on the taste. Now the product will rided with the value. What value you will add to the actually a person. Control on expenses. I am telling this is for all the businessmen. Please do not go into the capital expenses now. Do not increase your capacity. Do the collaboration. There are enough capacities in India, but you need to keep your eyes and ear open. You need to go out of your comfort zone. If you are at Pune and at Bangalore facilities able to produce something for you, please contact them and reduce your capital expenses, increase your operational expenses by doing the market research, by increasing your volume. So return on investment should be more. Whatever is the investment which you are doing, you should do it in the proper time. Help others, sharpen your skills, and startup is the good option. Next, please. My last one slide. Thank you. Next, innovate, innovate, innovate. Innovation is a success. Next. Next slide. One more point important. No, back, please back. Last slide. This is my last slide. What I see in the future, commercialization will only come if there is an academician and the industry marriage. What I'm saying, academicians can bring a commercial angle, and industry will bring the commercial angle, academician will bring the innovation and creativity and the science. Industry also can bring the innovation. So this marriage is important. Today academicians are working in isolation, industry is working in isolation. You cannot afford to do that in India. Now you need to have a control on the resources. So this marriage is must. Future of the industry is with academia synergy. Next. So final 2 slides. Take the risk and the success will be good. Jugaad approach, Indianness. You cannot adopt everything from the foreign. You need to form the solution with the Jugaad approach. Next. And you are at home, but your brain is working. Please innovate. Whatever you are doing, please read. Do not spend time on the mobile much. Increase your skills, increase your horizon, do something new, increase your creativity. And I hope that in coming 2-3 months, you will see so many new products, so many new ideas coming and making our India strong. Last slide, please. So there is I like this poem very much. कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती, नन्ही चींटी जब दाना लेकर चढ़ती है दीवारों पर 100 बार फिसलती है, आखिर उसकी कोशिश बेकार नहीं होती, कोशिश करने वालों की हार नहीं होती. Next slide. So thank you for patient hearing. I would be very happy for any kind of question, and you can note down my email or WhatsApp. I will be very happy to guide you, and we can co-create a strong nation, strong India, and happy food processing India. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Prabodh. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. Carry on, proceed.
Sir, we have got some questions in the chat box to Prabodh sir. One question is from SK. Whether the partnership firm are considered as startups? That was a question put up by the.
That is considered as a startup. Only proprietorship is not considered.
Okay, sir. And another question is regarding what is the impact of pandemic on job opportunities in food industry?
Oh, that is a good question. and I hope whatever that I'm answering, please forward that to the entire community of your own influence circle. In the job opportunity, India, we have 1.7% of research and development spend. Like if company is spending 100 rupees total, only 1.7 rupees goes into the R&D. After this pandemic, I see that there will be more than 4% of money will be going to the R&D. Our marketing budget will cut, but our R&D expenses has to increase. So my friend, for the job opportunity, lot of foreign companies are eyeing at India. Lot of Chinese-based foreign nations companies are coming to India or nearby nations. So please wait for 4 to 5 months. The job opportunity will increase, but next 4 months are very, very crucial. You need to keep your motive high, sharpen your skill, get into the positive mode, increase your learning ability, and focus on your studies. Job opportunity will come, but it will take minimum 4 to 6 months for opening of the market.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I think most of the participants are students and interested startup people, and it is very useful that you have to keep innovating since your brain is working even in your home. So please, participants, I think it is we got a lot of positive comments from the participants, and they are very much interested. So thank you so much.
It's
Next, I
or
would welcome.
the message
Yes,
of
sir.
my talk is innovate or you get evaporate.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Next, I would welcome Mr. Madhu Jamalmudi, and he is founder of CEO. Please, sir, and he is going to speak about digitalization of agriculture for food security, efficiency, and growth. Welcome, sir. You can unmute yourself, and we can start.
Sir, Madhu, sir, you can start because you are in US now. That's why time is already
It's late
no,
night for him.
late night for you. And also next, PC Mustafa requested to take next session
Okay.
because of he has another meeting, urgent meeting. After
Okay.
you, sir, madam, you can go to PC Mustafa, sir, with permission of other panelists.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Screen.
Yeah.
Right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Reddy and IIP PM Bangalore.
Thank you, sir. Welcome, sir.
We welcome and thank you so much for giving your consent and to spend your time and all the time waiting for even compensating your sleep, and then you're doing it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, compromising here. Good.
No worry. Thank you so much. And today I would like to cover primarily digitizing agriculture for food security, efficiency, and growth. So the challenges in the ag sector, as Dr. Prabhu mentioned earlier, 80% of the ag sector in India is unorganized. So to really solve the problems, to go to the next level, we need some kind of a platform. If you like a computer, right, we have Windows 10 to hold it all together, different kind of applications. Same way, I don't want to spend so much time. So I don't want to spend so much time telling the problems. We all are, aware of the problems such as, adulteration, labor costs, inefficiencies, fragmentation of land, lack of seed certification, weight quality, lack of post-processing, post-harvest technologies, poor access to credit, lots of problems, right? So how do you solve these problems? And, in a world that is post-COVID, people are more worried about even before they are worried about the quality of the food, there's a lot of adulteration and mix up. So traceability is important. So how do you solve all these problems? What can we do? We looked at the entire farm to fork cycle, right? From seed certification, seed to, the whole agriculture life cycle from end to end, crop management, in the field, It's doing stop. So I'll just go this way. So it's doing sorry, farm engagement, produce certification, transport management, uh, marketplace, market linkage. There are various aspects in the chain. How do you solve different issues related to different aspects of the agriculture sector? So we created a platform called eFarm. The solution. eFarm has modules. Ag Connect is the farmer. For example, we have we need to increase the post-harvest technology, like tomatoes, right? At the time of harvest, tomatoes are being wasted, so we need to make them into ketchup or something else. So for that, a ketchup plant, need to make some agreements with the farmers and make contracts and also enroll them into some kind of a platform so that they can sign the contracts and also monitor the payments, credit, the crop growth, all these things. So a platform is needed to manage the growers by process like Heinz for the tomato ketchup or McCain for the French fries. So this is important to have some kind of a framework to deal with these unorganized small farmers and bring them under an umbrella organized sector with align them with a processor so that they don't waste, they don't take too much risk without contract. Ag Pivot is the farm management. So there are a lot of things you can do in the farm. Ag Sift is the quality control. Ag Mart is the marketplace market linkage. Ag Cert is the certifications, quality inspections. Ag Site is the business intelligence. So these are different pieces that we can do. So Ag Connect, basically we are talking about digitization of farmer records, real-time weather forecasting, farmer performance benchmarking across the farmers. There's lots of things we can do. Geotagging, geofencing, advisory, communication, crop insurance. Many things we can do with Ag Connect. So here is some samples screenshots from our application. We are showing how we use the GIS technologies to do that. So here is again, when you log in, when each farmer can log in and they can manage their information and different aspects of it. Next comes the Ag Pivot, is the farm management. It's basically all the farm activities. We want to maintain records of it, digital records of it, and the technology is evolving, right? Drones, satellite imagery. There's lots of startups in the agriculture sector coming up. So our eFarm platform is like a operating system. It's a holding place. We can connect everything else into it. There's a lot of IoT sensors type startups. So imagine like soil moisture sensors or EC, pH, weather data. All this can be integrated into this Ag Pivot and to make it available to the farmers. The diseases can be detected automatically and can be recommend the suitable fertilizers and chemicals. There's lots of pieces, cost of production. It's very important for a farmer to understand what's your cost of production and how much profit you're going to make. So it's basically bringing some systematized business sense to the farmers. And here are some technical aspects. If some of your students want to get into some kind of IoT sensors type thing, there's lots of opportunities. So different kinds of imaging to analyze the crop health as well as the quality. So lots of things can be done.
Yeah, Mr. Madhu, 1 second. Is it possible to put it on slideshow mode? There was some request from the participants.
Yeah, I'm saying how to stop the
Okay.
time.
Otherwise, it's okay. Fine. You can go ahead. No problem.
I can do it. I just need to.
Full screen, you can enlarge that presentation. That's all. Full screen, you can put.
Yeah, I'm it's advancing automatically. I want to stop. Where that option?
Full screen, bottom it will be there, sir. Bottom.
Yeah, I mean I can go full screen, but it's advancing automatically before I speak.
Okay, no problem. You can go ahead.
Yeah.
Anyone know how to stop the automatic advancing? There's a timer.
Now it's fine. Perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's fine, but it's going to advance without. Okay, I'll just do something so it won't move.
Okay, no issues, sir. You can.
So here is the remote sensing. So again, we can do the surveys, different ways of taking images of the crop and doing the yield forecasting and various aspects of it. Again, this is an example of our a screenshot of our module. Inside we have different aspects of managing the farm. This is a like take potatoes for example. There is a seed plan, seed hauling, seed cutting, planting, fertigation, hilling, vine desiccation, vine killing, different aspects in the post harvest. This is a very detailed way of managing the farm operation, and this is what we are doing currently. If you look at the again, we have blockchain and AI imaging in the back end. So we are using it in the different aspects of the farm management. Some of them are fully developed, some of them are not. But we intend to become a complete solution to handle everything. So quality control, again, quality control is very, very important. For say any kind of fruits, vegetables, we need to automate quality inspection, standardize across. This is one aspect where India is lagging significantly. So we intend to change that with this automated system. So here is with the phones or cameras, there are different ways. Some are industry level, the French fry plants, some are at the field. We are building this quality inspection system. AgMart is basically a marketplace and market linkage where fertilizers and chemicals can be bought or inputs, and then also market be able to sell the produce directly. So again, this is a way to eliminate the middleman and bring the farmers to the market directly and enable them reach the opportunities. And in the process, we bring in different inventory management or credit facilities, different aspects so that farmers don't have to go to money lenders to do that. This is not deployed yet, the development phases, but it's going to be a very comprehensive piece. You can see the diagram. It's a design aspects of it. We will bring all the core pieces together and be able to connect the farmers with the markets and manage every aspect of it seamlessly. We are talking with we are partnering with the EY. We are signing an agreement with the ICRISAT to manage some 53 FPCs in Tamil Nadu. And we're also in talks with the International Potato Center, SIP, and also Haryana state government to do seed certifications in Haryana. So again, we are not only building the systems, we are actually bringing it to the field, to the farmers, and helping the development of the agriculture sector in India. So AgCert is basically the certifications, compliance, traceability. When farmers want to export the mangoes to other countries, in Middle East or Europe, or this certification is very important. We're going to work with the PwC, and we at least we didn't sign anything yet, but there are many aspects where certification is very important to be able to reach the market. So this is a unified platform to do that. Again, you can see different aspects of it. Be able to do traceability, certifications, various things. That's traceability. So the last piece is the analytics, ag site, insights, basically providing insights through all these modules, all different aspects of the farming operation, business, agribusiness. Is it maybe food processor or FPO or regardless of it's a business or for individual, the management depends on the analytics. So we integrate all these pieces together and provide them up-to-date, real-time, analytical decision-making abilities by providing market intelligence, which is what's happening in the market, business intelligence, what's happening in the business, and different analytics, market data, e-farm data, external data. Also, we can pull it through APIs. It helps with planning, reporting. So that's what we have. And here are some example sample dashboards, that we are actually using for our customers currently. So here is the field benchmarking, like a farmer has 25 fields, which how each field is doing, which one is producing the most. So there's a weighted average score, and there's different quality parameters of the crop. So each field is ranked based on the quality of the product it produced, and you can see how different set the weightings. So again, this is all operational but being used. Here is some different storages, inventory monitoring, different how many bins, how much left. We get a lot of detailed information. So we help the businesses manage their operations better. Very
Mr. Madhu,
manner.
can you please wind up a little, if you don't mind?
Go faster, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are almost done. So it's I spent about 12 minutes so far. So one more minute maybe. So it's again, it is a business intelligence how to do it. So all these technological solutions, basically converts the agriculture into a digital world, brings the efficiencies, addresses the land fragmentation, addresses credit taxes, labor efficiencies, food wastage, quality, food security, and we can do more efficiently so that the labor can be diverted to manufacturing or something else. So these are the benefits of the technology, and we are working with many. So thank you so much for the opportunity, and you can see my email is here, madhu@agrometrics.com. If you want to reach, you can reach me at that email address. Also, you can look up my name on LinkedIn and be able to connect.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank
Sir,
you.
I have a question from the participant, Rupisha, and they are asking whether this model can be applied to fishery sector. That was the question.
Sure, it can be applied to any, we are very comprehensive with the greenhouses, dairies, and, it can be applied to fisheries as well.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. I hope all the participants are got the insight on how technology helps in the agriculture sector and food processing. Thank you so much, sir, for spending time. Even it's a late night for you.
No problem.
We are very grateful on behalf of IAPM. Thank you, sir. Next, the most awaited person by the participants. Welcome, sir. And I can say you are no more the breakfast king. All the 3 times meal you are served by ID product only. Most of my colleagues, they use all the 3 meals with your ID batter, sir. So welcome you, sir. We can start your presentation.
Sir, Mustafa, Mr. Mustafa, unmute. Yeah, thank you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Thank you for inviting me here, sir. It's such a great.
Good morning. We also thank you for spending your time. Yeah, go ahead.
Great honor to be among all these great leaders and superstars. I am PC Mustafa, and we make world's best food, idli. In the next 10-12 minutes, I'm going to share a couple of stories with you. And these stories are very well related to what Dr. Prabodh sir said about innovation in the food industry. I'll try to limit it to 12 minutes, and I'll be happy to take a few questions before 10:30. So let me tell you how we started. We started ID in a very small setup. We started in a 50 square feet area of a kitchen with an investment of 50,000 rupees. We were a team of 5 of us. Our job was to go to market every day, buy rice and dal, come back, clean it, wash it, grind, soak it, grind it, then mix it, ferment it, pack it, and then load it on a second-hand scooty, go to the market ourselves and sell it ourselves. It was a back-breaking work. Our shirt would be soaked in sweat, but we enjoyed it. That's the past. It took us almost 9 months to sell 100 packets. It took us 9 months to sell, to get 20 stores. But that's the past. Today, ID is a 1,500 crore brand serving world's best breakfast. It leads to more than 1 million Indians every single day in around 47 cities with 30,000 plus outlets. We're a team of 2,000 people in 47 cities. So which is never let a good crisis go to waste. Right. So let me tell you quickly about one of the key principles of ID is about all about innovation. So if you look at the DNA of ID, we were lucky that we got the right mix of people, a right product, meaning as doctor was saying, we didn't sell idli, we gave idli batter. Now, if a homemaker picks up a pack of idli batter, makes fluffy idli and serve steaming idli on the dining table, and they have it with the family. If idli comes out well, she gets the credit, not me, the brand ID. And if for some reason dosa is not crispy, she can blame it on me, brand ID. So what I've learned is do not over-engineer. Keep the product simple. Never try to replace your customer. We did set up our own distribution system. ID works on ID. ID works on IT. We are a heavy technology-driven company. And we got a branding and packaging right from day one. Innovation is the key in any business. If you look at ID business, we are making idli dosa batter. There is no rocket science, right, for idli dosa. Anybody can start idli dosa batter business. There's no, what you call R&D required to make idli dosa batter. With the investment of 1 lakh rupee, all of you could go ahead and start a idli dosa batter business. That's where we thought we should focus on innovation. Continuous product innovation and process innovation. That really helped us stay ahead of competition and to build a strong brand that we're today. So I'm going to talk more about innovation. And finally, one of the key principles of ID is uncompromised approach to ethics. We don't take shortcuts. I'll be proud and narrate this story to my grandchildren one day in future that I am part of a team who built this multi-billion-dollar business without taking shortcuts, without compromising values. So that's the principle of ID. Now, quickly talking about innovation.
This is no ordinary snack, a South Indian specialty. It's a favorite in homes across India, but its circular cylindrical.
At ID, we've always looked around for.
Sir, can you hear it?
Yeah. We are in.
Was the audio clear?
Yeah,
Yes.
clear. Clarity.
Okay, let me just play it for you again.
This is no ordinary snack, a South Indian specialty. It's a favorite in homes across India, but its circular cylindrical shape and donut-like hole make it fairly difficult to prepare at homes. It needs the expert hands of grandmas and aunts or even restaurant cooks. Not anymore. ID decided to turn its attention on this age-old problem and transform the complex art of vada making into a science for everyone. And the key ingredient? Common sense. A path-breaking little big invention. The spout that shapes batter into vadas with the hole. And that's it. Squeeze, shape, cut, fry. Handmade, but with no mess, no stress. Just delicious, crispy vadas. ID, maker of India's favorite batters and fresh food, presents Vada Batter in a pack that shapes batter into vadas. Now, everybody can vada.
So that's the power of innovation. It took us 3 years to build a hole for the vada. We failed 100 times. We didn't give up. We all know idli vada is the best combination. A South Indian breakfast is incomplete without a vada or a chutney in it, right? But what are challenges to making vada? You can't get the shape right for the vada. You can't get the size right for the vada. New generation homemakers, like most of the students out here, will end up frying fingers while frying the vada. And most importantly, we Indians don't eat a vada without a hole. The hole in the middle is the most important part to eat vada for us, right? We Indians don't eat vada without a hole. A vada without a hole is not called vada. It's a bonda, right? So we identified this using common sense as an opportunity. We then used common sense to put a hole for the vada. Techies call it 3D printing of vada. World think it is innovation, but we use our common sense. Common sense is all what you need to run a business. Common sense is all what you need to innovate. Common sense is the most uncommon word in the world these days. We complicate things unnecessarily. Now, what do you do for innovation? Use common sense, look around, identify customer problems, and use common sense to solve it. Sometimes when you look around, you may not be able to identify a customer problem. What do you do in this case? You look up. You look up, you tend to see the humble coconut. Innovate on it. Right? So let me just show you how my next product of tender coconut.
This is no ordinary snack, a South Indian speciality. It's a favorite in homes across India, but its circular cylindrical.
At ID, we've always looked around for food problems to solve. This time, we looked up. The tender coconut, a tough nut full of guesswork. Maybe it's time you stop buying them without knowing what you're getting. It's time for coconuts with KYC. Thanks to science and a common sense statistical model, here is ID Smart Sip Tender Coconut with KYC. Know your coconut without opening it. It's hygienic, light and portable, and easy. Feel to drink, push to eat. New ID Tender Coconut that's KYC ready. Know your coconut.
All right. So coming back, what do you need to innovate? Again, common sense and looking around and solving customer problems. Let me now show you one more innovation that we have done in the coconut itself, which is
Finally, some news that's not fake. ID presents the world's best packaging for grated coconut. The coconut, grated in the shell for that unmistakable flavor. Hygiene sealed for just grated juicy freshness. ID grated coconut. It's coconut in a coconut.
all right. As you see here, there's some common link across, right? Across we use common sense, and across we try to put a hole for the product. Vada, right? Then if you look at tender coconut, we put 2 holes for the product, and then for the grated coconut, again we grated the coconut with a hole, and then resealed it. In every step, what we noticed is if you identify a customer problem and solve it, it becomes a super hit. If you look at tender coconut, our key was not just the product, right? The way we marketed it. If you again notice, we call it KYC. KYC is not know your customer. KYC is know your coconut. Know your coconut before you open it. We, with the 95% accuracy, we predict what is inside the coconut without me opening the coconut. We predict the volume of water inside, the amount of pulp inside, and the sweetness level at a Brix meter, right? With a 95% accuracy. That is the power of common sense and technology. So if you are able to use common sense technology, you will be able to build multi-billion-dollar businesses. Coming to grated coconut, there's no innovation in the product, right? But then we innovated world's best packaging, which is nothing but God's own packaging. For every product, best packaging is already created by Almighty God. What we learned is we need just to replicate it. As a matter of fact, we are now working on developing more such products using natural packaging. And we decided not to patent this innovation because we believe this is one step closer to a plastic-free world, and we want the world to replicate it. Thereby, we decided not to patent it. To summarize my talk, all you need is common sense. Look around, identify customer problems, and solve it using common sense. And in innovation, in ID case, you've seen some synergy, which is the whole, which is whether it is vada or tender coconut or grated coconut. That's all you need. Before I end my talk, I need to give you a quick GAN about how I see a post-COVID world. I know some of you have been asking me about it privately as well. I think, as Winston Churchill said, every crisis is an opportunity. As a businessman, I don't consider Corona as a crisis. I consider it as a challenge. And when I consider it as a challenge, I see opportunities, business opportunities to solve. So I think this is this Corona crisis. We will see a lot of great innovative businesses coming across the world. So for the world, I think the world will be a better place after COVID, because we will see products like products like your Uber or Airbnb, right? Or for that matter, even a product like a Zoom, right? Coming strongly and making this world a better place. So I think you will find a lot of such innovative business ideas during this time. For India, again, this is one of the best time for us to become number one. There's a lot of negative sentiment against China. There are many countries and many companies have announced large packages to shift the manufacturing operations out of China because of negative sentiment. Probably this is the best time for us to capture the market, that opportunity. I belong to Kerala, and it will be unfair for me to not talk about Kerala as an opportunity. The last 2 months, Kerala as a brand is built across the world for the way they have handled the COVID, right? The healthcare system, the food, right? So probably there's a great opportunity to take, a healthcare product from Kerala, maybe an Ayurvedic product from Kerala, right? It could be an organic product from Kerala, as doctor said, and why not a tender coconut, a smart tender coconut from Kerala, right? So I see a huge opportunity for businesses. Again, this is a great opportunity. In a matter of just 4 days, ID have turned from a offline business to online business within just 4 days, right? We innovated and brought in something called Store Finder. I don't have time to talk about it. Please Google about it. ID Store Finder. You'll see that we have innovated a great product within a matter of 4 days. It really worked out for us. So this is the best time for us to innovate. Now, personally, for me, I think I will become a better person after COVID. You know why? Last 2 months, I've been blessed to spend time with my parents. I'm happy that I'm a better son today. Moreover, I am also a better person today because I've learned many things in the last few months. One, importance of family, especially with the parents. Second, looking around and supporting the needy in the difficult times, right? There are people around us, our neighbors, our helpers who need support during this difficult time. I learned that. And most importantly, I've learned that there are a few things that money can't buy for you. So I have become a better person in the last 2 months. And most importantly, I have become close to my Almighty God. I'm sure He loves me more these days. And I'm very sure that I love Him more these days because I'm closer to Him now, right? So overall, we'll see a better world with great products like Zoom coming up post-COVID. Great opportunity for India, especially with the native sentiment against China. For a state like Kerala, again, a great opportunity. For businesses, again, a great opportunity to do more with less. Let me leave you with that message. We should find ways to do more with less during this time. And individually, again, a great opportunity. I become a better person. I become a better son and better servant of God. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity. God bless you all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Great, sir. It was really a great, inspiring, and not only you showed your innovation, you also shared your learning during this COVID. That is really a great thing, sir. Thank you so much. We have got few questions. Can I tell?
Yeah, maybe.
Sir, what is the post-COVID era? In this post-COVID era, what will be the outsource opportunities for the small startup companies to collaborate to lead with ID Fresh?
So I think there's a lot of, for example, we had launched tender token to the market, which was around 3 months ago, just before COVID. And in the last 2 months, we were finding it difficult to scale it up because there's a huge opportunity for a tender coconut kind of a product in the market. So now we have actually tied up with 3 vendors, 3 partners, small time partners for scaling up tender coconut. We're actually looking for 10, 15 such partnerships. So there's a huge opportunity for partnering with companies like ID, because I strongly believe people will become more health conscious if you have a convincing story, which is no chemicals, no preservatives, 100% natural, and food, only food. If you have a convincing story, there's huge opportunity. People will become more health conscious.
Okay.
Yes, PC Mr. This is Dr. Reddy. Actually, it is not a question. Okay, Hindu is our official media partner. And Hindu guys, okay, if you are there, if you want to ask something, you can you can ask directly to Mr. PC Mustafa and Prabodh sir also, because now he is having some other assignments. That's why he may not available for a long time. Okay, Hindu guys, if you want to ask anything, okay, you can come and discuss with him. Even Madhu also. Even Mr. Madhu Agrometrics, I think you can ask him.
Okay, I think if he's not able to, he can even put it in the chat box. Maybe by the time I think we'll proceed. Having given the chance to him, maybe now we'll wait for other speakers. I think in case they speak, otherwise as the discussion comes, there will be many questions to the previous speakers also. Yeah. Rana, can you invite the next speaker, please?
Sorry, we have another meeting. I'll have to get this.
Yeah, please.
Okay. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity. God bless you all. Jai Hind. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for spending your time. Yeah. Go ahead, Rana.
Thank you, sir. Now I would welcome Mr. Shivakumar Palnis is on, and he is going to speak about recent trends in food startups. Since he is from NABARD, he is CEO of NABARD TNAU. I welcome you, sir. Please proceed, sir.
Shiva, please unmute and then you can start speaking. And Saikat sir, next you also be ready. I think you are having a lot of patience, right? We are really appreciating your patience, really. Right.
That's
be there with us, please. For a few minutes. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Are you able to see my slides?
Yes, very much. Go ahead.
Okay, just give a 1 minute brief about our organization, then I will jump into the topic. We are an incubator supported by NABARD, and then we are in a value chain incubator, not an technology transfer or a technology commercialization incubator. We work closely with a farmers producer organization, and then we help them in earning additional revenues per kg. That's what our objective. And then we have almost 176 FPOs with us, and we are supporting them and connecting startups to the farmers to gain their business and market traction. So this is a brief about us. And I have what are the recent trends in topic I will share. There are 4 to 5 trends which is coming up. The first one is like usage of different raw materials, or shifting from animal meat to plant-based or an alternate meats. So the first one is like this is one of the startups which is Six Trips. What they are doing is there is a concept called virtual water. To create 1 kg of paddy, you need 5,000 liters of water. To generate 1 kg of beef, you need 14,000 liters of water. The same to drink 1 cup of tea, you need 140 liters of water. So this company has come because the water scarcity has come up. The alternate meat, what they are doing is there is an insect called cricket, and then which they are cultivating with the room. And whatever we get in 1 kg of beef, the protein, you can get it in 2 liters of water. What the others can be, alternates can be done. So there is a save in water as well as the save in greenhouse gas emission and other things. So they are using this as an raw material. They desiccate the insect, and then they are using in cake, they are using in biscuits, and they are even using in milkshake. So one such is change in raw materials. They are going from animal meat to plant-based meat or another insect-based meat, which is consuming less water. The second one is like this. There is a cricket. This is a buffalo worm with soya. They are mixing and they are making different kind of foods, which is suitable for this generation requirements. And they are also into they're using algae as an alternate source of food materials, as a raw materials. I can share this PPT after to Reddy sir. He can share to all participants because this is an 1 minute video. I will share, there are 29 slides, so it will be easier for me to cover, and then whenever it is necessary, I can pitch in and play the video. So almost only 3 types of microalgae, 3 species of microalgae is only used for consumption. There are more opportunities. 97% of algae is there. If you are able to 3 types are there, and then more percentage are there. If you are able to tap that, and it will be an alternate source, and it will be a new kind of nutrition and then healthy and those things. It will be easier for us to pick in. Only few startups are into this area, and this is also picking in and then getting more investments. And 3D printing, 3D bioprinting, biofabrication, seed cell technologies, these have come up. And a few startups have come up with technologies, real food freshly printed, something concept like this. For example, if you are in a conference like this, there's a tea break, and then while going for a tea, you just have to say, I need 30% of maida, 30% of the wheat, or something like that, and this much, this I need in this shape. By the time you go and pick the coffee and come, your personalized, whatever your taste, customized cookies will be ready. So like that also, there has been many technologies come up, and then Foodini is one such startup which is doing such things. And with the emergence of Swiggy and other delivery apps, ghost restaurants has come up. Normally, if you see in Swiggy, the only best restaurants will be in the list. But ghost restaurants is where it is like it's not. You cannot physically find a hotel or something like that. But it will be a homemade or something like that, and they prepare certain dishes, and then it will be as per the guidelines of the particular procurement company, and then they are doing. So ghost restaurants has come up in a very much big ways. This is one of the trend which is also coming up even in small states and even in tier 2 cities also. And other thing is, it's like if you come to particularly Madurai, there are 1 or 2 shops. If you go, dosa will be good, or any other items will be good. So this kind of gathering kind of thing, what they do is, if you come to Madurai, which one shop has particular good food, another shop has particular good food. So they take all the good foods which is famous in this particular city, and they assemble it one place, and then you can go to a buffet system, and then you can taste everything. So this type of systems has also come up, and this is without investment. Many people are making it, and it's also worth doing and experimenting. This is also a trend which is coming up. And if you see, this one is a customized one. Normally, if you see Coke and other thing, it is already fixed concentration, if it is thumbs up or whatever it is. Now the same company has come up with the Drink Infinity model, where they will give they would have given an capsule kind of thing, the orange one, just one. But based on your requirement, you can use it, and then you can drink it. So customized and personalized one has come up in a very long way. And non-alcoholic beers, food-based beers, is becoming an topmost priority, because the consumption in the age of 20 to 30 of alcohol has been seen at quantum jump, and non-alcoholic beers also now coming up. The major companies also come up, and then few government organizations also promoting wine with based out of sapota, banana, and other things. So this is also one trend where non-alcoholic beverages is also getting some quick traction in market for the business. And this is one concept where people are looking at this. We are not cooking food, we are growing food. This concept is also picking up recently. and this will help employees to be healthy. So what they do is they use certain pulses and other cereals. They grow it and then they give it to the consumers. So their concept here is they don't cook the food, they grow the food. It is also getting more trend because the bioavailability is available more when compared to the cooked food. This is one of the trend which in the fresh foods. This is another startup which is doing. For example, this is only for the workplace conditions. If Saturday, Sundays are there, if you go for next day, Monday, people there is the interest will be less. But here what they do is, if you have work, they reduce the carbohydrate in your meal. Like that, based on your load of the work and then time of you are eating lunch or if you are eating breakfast, they are preparing the meal customized to based on your work meal. And they are also doing it, and then it is also a hit. This is one of the trend particularly focused on the Tier 1 cities and metro cities. This is also picking well, and they are now have a feeling that whatever we eat, our food is helping to us lift our mood. So what their proposition is, if we have a healthy gut, we will have a healthy body. If we have a healthy body, then we have a happy life. So they want to prepare the healthy gut. They prepare an ingredient which will boost our microbes and other things in our gut, like what we can say. There are some Yakult kind of thing is there. They are preparing and then they are providing to the customers. This is one trend. And now people don't want to take food in a meal form. So they want us in a drink form and the bar form. This is also they are promoting, and people are also getting attention towards this one. And the plant-based meals is also prepared. They frozen it and then deliver it. Whenever we need it, we can keep it in oven and then we can take it further. So this is also coming up in recent times. And further, what we have understood is, especially in the farm sector, the production is very good. But the problem is after production, the post-harvest is the issue, the losses. Increasing the shelf life of the products in any form is getting very good attentions. So there is one startup called the Further Farms, which is using supercritical carbon dioxide to increase the shelf life of the products. So this is another one which is having a very good scope, and this will be the trend for the next maybe 5 to 10 years. Similar one, this red color sticker is there. If you stick this sticker in the fruit, it will stop ripening. So it will arrest the respiration and then it will be stop ripening. It's an Thailand-based organization. Stickfresh is their company name, and they are doing this one. In our campus also, we are doing the use of starch from tapioca. We gelatinize it and then we dip the fruits in it, and then shelf life of the fruits, especially the banana, extends to 4 to 5 days. And based on the increased concentration, it can be go further also. So this is another trend where you have to extend the shelf life based on an edible coating. This is another one. And currently, the diagnostics, because of this COVID, the diagnostics one, home-based diagnostic one, will get more and more attention. I will play you a video which shows how and a small equipment like pendrive is helping to find allergies in the food.
Eating foods prepared by others can be challenging when you have a food allergy or intolerance. That's why we developed the Allergy Amulet, a fast and portable food allergen and ingredient detection device designed to help individuals feel safer about the foods they eat. The simple operation of the Allergy Amulet starts with inserting a single-use test strip into a liquid or solid food sample. Users then insert the strip into the sheath covering, shake, and plug the connector into the amulet reader. Each sheath contains molecularly imprinted polymers, advanced biomaterials with synthetic cavities, designed to bind to target molecules. If binding occurs, the reader detects a measurable interaction, alerting the user to the presence of the target ingredient within seconds. If no binding occurs, The reader signals that the target ingredient was not detected. The amulet can be configured as a wearable or integrated into everyday products. With an accompanying app, users can track and upload tests, connect with other food allergic individuals, and store and share important information like emergency contacts. The allergy amulet serves as a supplemental management tool, enabling users to directly sample their food.
So currently, there is a different products which is coming to boost the immunity. Low-cost diagnostic kits with respect to food as well as health, which is going to change the way the consumer is going to consume the products. So it will create a new different type of market for the startups as well as the existing big players to modify their products according to the persons. So this is another low cost, it's not low cost, it's a device which helps you identify that based on your DNA, what you have to eat. So how it works is, if you are registered with this organization, they will send you a kit. You have to spit your saliva into that kit and send to them. And then they will send you a profile for you, stating that this is your DNA and this is what you have to consume. If you consume this, you won't get diabetes. If you consume this, you will be healthy. So your profile will be created for you based on your DNA. So this kind of things will will change what we are consuming and how we are consuming. So this is another one. People who are more allergic to salts and other things. This is one of the university has identified. The box in the teeth is like a sensor which detects salts. Amount of sodium which you are in your diets, it will identify and it will advise you based on what we have to eat and how we have to consume, how much we have to consume. This is another one which says after eating, how much time it will take to digest your food. Or is it any problem in digestion or something? After eating, what you have to do is you have to inhale your air into this equipment, and it will, based on your air quality, which you out here, it will give you a results of what is there and what not is there, and how much time it will take to digest. Edible packing, which is going to come up in a very big way. Sea algae based edible packing is picking up very much, and it is affordable when compared to other biodegradable plastics. There is one company called EvoWare, and they are doing very well, and they are manufacturing based off sea algae. They are making edible packings. So this will be another trend which will take startups for another 10 to 20 years, because plastics is going to be a big issue and nuisance, and alternate for plastics is this one, and it will have a very good one, very good alternate use, and this will set up a trend for another 20 years. And see, this is another product. It's a tea, but they are mixing mushroom. This is Cordyceps sinensis. It's one of the costliest mushroom, and the high altitude office and chaga mushrooms. They are mixing in a quality which will revitalize your body, so that you will get then a requisite amount of vitamins and minerals, which is which is not available in the normal foods. So making available of the foods or minerals which is not available to will be another trend which is going to come up, and more people are turning to vegan. For that, now Beyond Meat is a company which is making meats out of plant-based raw materials. This is now coming in big hit, because the wet market, which is responsible for this virus, people are now slowly moving towards plant-based alternatives. So this market is seeming to pick more markets because of the ingredients of raw materials is not from the animals, it is from the plants, and more people are coming to it because there is no difference in the taste, so people are liking it. So like that, for the plant-based meat, there is a plant-based fish products also available. That's going to help everyone in to make the taste of the vegetarians. Similarly, there is a plant-based milk is also come up, which is also going to support most of the customer needs, which is a very niche market. Now, another thing is like when you have an traditional foods are there, people are now investing in small scale manufacturers. They buy from them, they pack it, and then they market it. So these kind of things also coming up. This is, I just want to share, these are some trends to put up in an perspective. One which increase the shelf life is going to have a very good trend. Second is like the low cost diagnostic kits is going to change the way the people are going to consume. It is going to create a niche market and for startups as well as the big players. Traceability is going to be another big area, which is going to ensure the food safety and security and hygiene. And personalized and special diets, which is going to be another trend, which is helping this food startup trends for another 10 years. If you have any questions, I'm ready to answer, or I can pass over to Saikat sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, any questions? Anything is there, Rana? Can you?
Right now, they have not put any questions from the participants, sir. Sir, I have one doubt. Means all these startups we can adopt in Indian market, sir, or?
Yes, ma'am. Few are already started. It is, we cannot copy the same one. What we have to do is we have to acclimatize to our conditions, and then we have start doing it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you invite the next speaker, please?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. And I invite Dr. Saikat Datta. Really, thank you so much for your patience, sir. It's already late for you, and he's waiting for a long time. I welcome you, sir. He's the Chief Operating Officer of, and he's Agribusiness Innovation Platform. So we'd like to get a lot of innovative ideas again from Mr. Saikat Datta. Thank you, sir. So unmute, please unmute,
Yes,
sir.
it's done.
Okay.
So, good morning to everyone. And first of all, I take this opportunity to thank IIPM for giving me this opportunity to address. I think most of them are students here, and it will be a really good opportunity for me to talk to students. Excellent presentation from Mr. Mustafa and of course, Dr. Prabodh, and of course, last from Shivakumar. So I would like to share a presentation, and my talk is focused on can you see my screen?
It's coming up. Not yet.
Yes, sir, it's loading.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, you can put it on slideshow mode, sir.
Yeah, just a moment.
Done. Thank you. You can go ahead.
I'll be talking about the role of the food industry, especially with focus on how we could actually achieve a sustainable Atmanirbhar Bharat. Well, when we talk about Atmanirbhar Bharat, I think our focus is to be shifting especially to the communities which are vulnerable, the rural areas, because as you have seen during the entire lockdown and since COVID, there's a lot of been migration towards the villages. Briefly, I think most of you know ICRISAT. Briefly, we are an international research organization focused on agriculture and headquartered here in India. We are in UN organization and working in the semi-arid areas of India and across the globe, and mostly in Africa. You can see our map there. And our vision is prosperous, food secure, and resilient dryland tropics. Mission to reduce poverty, hunger, malnutrition, environment relation across the globe. And this is a right opportunity for us to see how we could actually use our expertise to address the global pandemic and bring in food and nutritional security across the globe. So what has COVID-19 done to us? And as you can see here, COVID-19 is going to impact the agriculture and nutrition pathways. I think all of you see the pathways. It's a complex pathway here. It starts from the agricultural intervention and involves the crop, the fruits and vegetables, aquaculture, livestock, and all the other components. And it is also linked to food production, food prices, agricultural income, as well as non-agricultural income, linking finally to nutrition, and also how we could impact the child nutrition outcomes. So all this effort which we have been doing towards linking agriculture to nutrition, which involves diversification of agriculture to fruits and vegetables and integrated farming, nutrition sensitive agriculture policies, all needs to be now relooked into, including the food-based safety nets, the public distribution system, the ICDS. With ICDS was not working. It was not possible to run the Anganwadis. So what was the role of food industry and what was the ready-to-eat role of ready-to-eat foods? And what could be the future role of the ready-to-eat foods and the food industry is what I'm going to touch upon. But as you can see here, the entire agriculture intervention and nutrition cycle, which includes dietary diversity, food consumption, everything has been affected, including what is going to happen is your triple burden of malnutrition is also going to go up. When I talk about triple burden, it is malnutrition, obesity, and lifestyle diseases. All this is going to be affected, and the food industry has a big role to play here to see how we could actually handle this global pandemic. The COVID-19 is also going to impact the key drivers affecting dietary diversity. As you can see here, dietary diversity in India has changed as people have earned purchasing power. And from the graph here, you can see over a period of time, people have shifted even in rural areas to consuming processed foods, ready-to-eat foods, and the share of cereals have decreased. So increased in value of time and participation on women in workforce has increased the consumption of convenient foods in low-income population. But again, because of COVID, again, there have been issues in terms of money in the hands of the people, especially the vulnerable groups, the migrants in rural areas. And we need to look into seeing how we could actually now make available nutritious and affordable food. And food science and technology has a major role to play in this area. Most important, we need to look at the policy support. Policy support to make things sustainable so that the agri-food system can support communities post-COVID-19. You need to have a strong public policy to enhance nutrition interventions and encompassing all stakeholders. This would include the food processing industry, which would also have to play a major role in actually supporting this initiative. The food processing industry has a major role to play in terms of addressing health concerns of the population. And of course, corporate social responsibility needs to be further looked into and how this could actually help in linking and strengthening the local communities to be part of this entire process of Atmanirbhar Bharat and see how we could make these enterprises sustainable. I think Mr. Mustafa talked about his initiative, innovations, but then we need to look at these innovations actually going down to the grassroots level. And we would request Mr. Mustafa and also other private sector big players to see how they could find ways to actually make these local food processing companies inclusive as part of their entire business innovation process. So what we need to look into, we need to look into linking agriculture, undernutrition, entrepreneurship for Atmanirbhar Bharat. And what are you talking about? You're talking about local crops, enhance their agricultural productivity, identify appropriate nutritional traits. You need to design and validate nutritional recovery using food-based approaches. You need to establish small-scale processing units at the village level, which basically needs to provide supplementary food beyond ICDS, promote entrepreneurship among the local women and self-help groups and provide business incubation support, and of course, address undernutrition and ensure that these units, which are going to be set up in rural areas and areas which are in remote areas, but the need of the hour is to have food safety and other food safety related protocols. So overall, what we want to do, we want to create a demand pool for these crops so that these farmers start growing these crops and they earn their livelihoods and their enterprises are sustainable. So this is the overall model we are proposing. And why do you want to promote the use of local crops and production of ready-to-eat foods post-COVID-19? It's very simple. They are locally grown and familiar to the local population. It will promote dietary diversity, which is lacking among these populations. And also in our cities today, compression of the value chain. By that I mean you will actually eliminate the traders. You will reduce food risks and enhance income to the farmers. There will be reduction in transportation costs when you produce locally and process locally, reducing the carbon footprint. Local production shall promote local employment, and entrepreneurship helps migrants. So you will find people not running back to the cities again, but I think we need to give them opportunities to actually build their lives in where they actually belong to. Otherwise, the mess which is happening now is something pathetic, and this was probably not even planned. So I think this is the right time for food industry to think how they could actually go local and support these communities. Create awareness on nutrition and hygiene among the local population. And what we're talking about, we're actually talking about promoting inclusive market-oriented development. And as you can see here, there is a model which we present, and you can see a wheel here. This is the wheel of innovation, which Dr. Prabodh has talked about, Dr. Mustafa has talked about, Shiva has talked about. And this wheel of innovation will actually bring the farmers from food deficit to actually higher value agriculture and ultimately helping them harness the market. We do not want the farmers and the local communities to actually depend on safety nets, but we want to develop resilience in them and let them manage the risks on their own. So what we are proposing is an inclusive market-oriented development where the inclusiveness is of the farmers and the rural communities. Most important, I think, Mr. Prabodh touched upon this. We want the academia and the industry to come together and collaborate. And we want to actually promote local foods and see how we could get local foods, how we understand their nutritional benefits, their immune boosting properties, their bioactive properties. And for that, there needs to be a very, very organized way of working, starting from literature review, profiling of the local varieties, profiling the food products, and understanding how you could standardize them and get them into a ready-to-eat and ready-to-cook format. This is what is going to drive the local demand for local crops, and also local enterprises will develop because of this. Also, there is, as I said, there is a need for rural transformation through sustainable entrepreneurship development. Some of the activities have already been initiated. A lot needs to be done. Tribal women farmers are being trained to become nutri-entrepreneurs to contribute to healthier community diets. They will be running their own units. We are at present setting up 8 food processing units, which are FSSAI certified in Telangana among the Telangana tribals. And these activities are key to achieving UN Sustainable Development Goals, which will ultimately also contribute to Atmanirbhar Bharat. Next, we will be contributing to the UN Development Goals of no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, and partnerships for all goals. Whatever we do, we need the right partners, students, and future startups. So this is the way to go in terms of ensuring that the food industry is in the middle of this movement of making more self-reliant. Finally, just to break up the model, you would have smallholder farmers, you have FPOs, self-help groups. The small and medium-scale industries need R&D and quality control support. You need primary and secondary processing units to be established at the village level. And then you have to have a proper way of marketing the value-added nutritious products, either through wholesale, retail, or exports, and also look into how you could put them into nutrition feeding programs. Most important, they would need business incubation support here, which includes planning and execution, farm level interventions, processing and value addition, and of course, ICT, the use of information technology, which was talked about, is also key. And this has to be given a holistic approach so that to deliver this. So I'll just give you, this is a unit which was established in the groundnut growing belt of Vanaparthi in Telangana. And this were some 10 women farmers who were collectivized. They were provided with all the training, they were provided with the right equipment, and also ultimately they were provided with the right branding and handholding. And today they are running on their own brand as Vana brand of groundnut oil, peanut butter, and peanut bar. and these are being sold over retail, online, and connected to different big supermarkets. So this is we are looking at when we talk about the food industry contributing and taking along the community towards an Atmanirbhar. Finally, I would like to close this talk, and we had a good success story, a good example of how a ready-to-eat food, when the entire Anganwadis were closed, were able to sustain tribal beneficiaries during COVID-19 lockdown. Just a small video, and then that will be the last of my talk, and I would like to thank everyone. So I'll just play the video, the very small video, to tell you what the field can do towards contributing towards this initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat and how tribal communities can sustain. Can you hear my voice? Can the audio,
Yes.
audio there? Yeah, thank you. The video audio is also coming.
Your video
No,
is yet to get
video
played.
is loading. Video is loading it.
Is it coming now?
No, sir, not yet.
Not yet?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, maybe then I can share that later on. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I'll just stop it because just a moment. So I'm back with the main presentation screen, right? Is it there?
Yeah, your voice is breaking, but yet we are ready to get the video. That's fine. I think.
I've stopped there. Yeah. So
Yes.
I think I'd like to thank everyone and be able to communicate what we need to do to get things going. Thank you so much. And
Thank you, sir, for
thank you
spending your
again.
valuable time. It was very informative.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So I think we have got some insight how we can make the local into the global products. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And I have got a question from the SK participant. Is there any single platform where startups can get in touch with genuine millet farmer or first level vendor for South India? So the objective is to ensure proper uninterrupted material sourcing.
Yes, I think that's a very relevant question. So if you look at our agribusiness innovation platform, this is a common platform to support entire business development, and which includes linking to farmers and also the markets, the business incubation support. In addition to that, for example, if somebody is from Tamil Nadu, this business incubation platform would actually link them to the business incubators in Tamil Nadu, or if there is a need for somebody to go get it linked to a fisheries incubator, maybe somewhere in Cochin. So that is the sort of business incubation also which we focus on. So it's not that if you just have a particular need for only one idea, but across we are in fact linked to all the business incubators across India and also abroad. So yes, it's possible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Another member, speaker of our panel, Mr. Ulaganathan. I welcome you, sir, and I think he'll be give some insight on cryogenic innovation technologies in food processing. Sir, you can. Welcome, sir.
You need to unmute. I'll unmute for you. Done.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So good morning, everyone. So good morning, everyone.
Morning.
So like like just now this, I want to talk few things about this cryogenic technology for food processing and how it is going to help the post COVID situations. To make the loop from the other process and they're really their informative things and what is the really need of the hour. If you see that most of the presenters, like almost like all presenters touched with the part is like innovation. The innovation is a key factor. Now we want to move forward with it. Without innovation, we are not going to survive it. So that is the most important point. And the second thing, the innovation should be not like just something like coming from out the world. It's not like that. The innovation should be like meet your customer need or what is the problem existing in the societies. And second thing, that innovation should be also very common sense and it should meet the, it should reach the grassroots level also. This is what I want to represent it. And similar to that, and again the innovation will be like one of the key part for the innovation is like you need to have a basic technology knowledges. So like cryogenic technology or some other packaging or like how like other panel members are told a lot of new technology they are like proposed it. So in the same context, I want to touch up with the cryogenic how it can be used for the Indian market and for the food processing segment. Because now in the current scenario, now the food processing segment going to be like a boom and it is going to be evergreen than ever before. So the government policy is changing and the market is opening up and the people are understanding the importance of food processing. So the future for the food processing is very, very, very positive. So before startup, I want to brief about Linde India. Linde India, it is around a 150-year-old company in India. Even we present before the independence, the leading company, and our presence is it's more than in 100 plus countries, and we are providing a technology solutions to many food processors. And even Linde India recently established the world-class food demo center and training at a center at Vijayawada. So Linde have various applications which can be used for the food processing industry, but due to the time constraint, I plan to focus only on the three segment. One is like a freezing and chilling and oxidation for the aquacultures, and the second thing will be for the cryo grinding. So even though the Linde can participate in other things, so when you get some time or if you want to have get details for the other applications, maybe you can feel free to contact me. So before going too deep into the cryogenics, first I want to make you some clarity about what is cryogenic. Cryogenic nothing but basically deal with the low temperature, and the low temperature means normally like whatever the gas or liquid that you are using having a liquefaction temperature at minus 150 degrees Celsius. So you can see the some of the cryogenic liquids and their boiling point. So for example, here we are going to mostly discuss about nitrogen because nitrogen is an inert gas, and if you see that in atmosphere, it is available at more than like a 75%. So because of that availability, and it is more natural, and it's a freezing point, like it's a boiling point also minus 196, and it is it's more than more than 150 years the people are using this liquid nitrogen for the food processing industry. It is very safe and it is more established. So I want to plan to give few more insight about that. So if you see that, as I told already, nitrogen is available in air more than 78, about 78%. It is available at minus 196, and it is inert gas. It will not react with anything, and it is not a byproduct. It is naturally get from air only. It's a natural product, and again, because of its nature, it can be used for the cooling purpose, freezing purpose, and inerting purpose. And one more property of the cryogenic liquid nitrogen is like from liquid state, if it is expanded to gaseous state, it is expanded more than 694 times. So it can create a huge pressure. So because of the things now, like you can use this medium for a faster cooling, and it can be used as a storage mechanism. For example, you can create a liquid nitrogen on one side. You can transport like how a liquid or how a petroleum or how water is transported. So thereby, at the end usage point, you don't have much, power is required. So you can use as a storage mechanism. And again, it will be very fast because it is at minus 196. It is very compact. And since it's a liquid form, it can be easy to control. And the equipment also, you require a very simple equipment to handle that. And you can make a modular design. So you can start with smaller, you can expand it very easily like that. So that is the reason these technologies are very easy and less capital cost. I mean, compared to the existing the mechanical cooling system, the space wide designer, it is very flexible. You can use it for various temperatures and easy to expand. Like as I told you, from at current scenario, you cannot, like if you want to start an industry or if you want to do something, you cannot start a very big capital on that. You have to start with a smaller system and you want to keep on expand. So in these things, this technology are going to use it. And again, most of the panel members are discussed about, no, this should reach the farm level. It should see the village levels, all the things. So in that case, still the power problems are arising in all the industries. So if you are going for the cold chains and you need a heavy kilowatts of material equipments are required. Here we are this cryogenic technology use very less power. For example, even you can do like a handle 350 kg per hour or 200 kg per hour, less than 10 kilowatt. So in that case, you can immediately start some processing center and even at the remote areas. So now I plan to discuss a few things about how these cryogenics can be used for fruit freezing, and particularly like how it is going to be helpful for the current scenarios. So again, this is the thing, when compared to in current situation, more than 99% of the freezing and chillings are done by the mechanical systems. So the mechanical system, if you see the go wise, the space requirement, capital requirement and electricity requirement, and it cannot be flexible, it requires a heavy skilled person, all the things are required. And the freshness also, when compared to cryogenic, it is little bit lesser. So all these advantages make the cryogenic current scenarios more accessible thing to use it. So if you see that the system wise, the cryogenic system, freezing system or chilling system is very simple. You need a cryogenic tank and you need a piping and you can have your equipment. That's it. So this cryogenic tank, this freezing system, you can expand it or you can contract it. So this is what the advantage. So you can now start with the very smaller system and you keep on expand it. So the cryogenic has very good advantages. For example, even some of the can be done in a mechanical system, you can do it in cryogenic, and even whatever already you are doing in a cryogenic freezing mechanical freezing system, you can expand to the you can adapt to the cryogenic freezing system, because the freshness will be as such, because of the cell wall are damaged in the cryogenic, because the crystallization formation, ice crystal formation and the cell wall expansion, everything will be controlled in the cryogenic systems. So Linde have a huge variety of freezers are available based on the application, based on things, start from batch production, for the tunnel, even for the liquid systems, spiral systems, like that we have multiple things. So based on the application and based on the requirement of the customer, based on where it's going to be installed, we can select that. And apart from that freezer, we have a chilling system. Chilling system means we can directly spray the liquid nitrogen inside your equipments. For example, you are making some farmed products, you are making nuggets, fish balls, something like that. You are making some mixing, like a pastry making. So all the things it can be possible. You can directly inject a liquid nitrogen. So thereby you can control the temperature and you can do a better forming. So this is also used for if you want to chill like a flour, you can use this diagram ingredient chilling methodology. So when it is going the pipe itself, you can cool the flour powders. This is again, if you want to do soups and everything, after cooking you want to cool it down. So it can be possible to cool it very short time. So thereby now at current situation, what is the thing is you need a more and more what can I tell, like space is requirement. Even though you cooked it, before it's serving, it should be taken to the ambient temperature. You take anything, any cooked items. So these technologies and all helping now, you can make it in cooling at very less temperature. And since the nitrogen used, it is very in an inert condition and it will not allow the moisture to enter into it. It reduces the oxidation. So for cooling also you can use that. So like a few panel also discussed about now that India is more towards the spice and the value of the spice and the like herbs grinding, thereby retaining the traditional values and all this volatile oil, all the things. So now the Linde is having a technology and it is now already proved in the Indian market and it is giving very good results. So what happened now, like generally when you are grinding a spice item, it is taking the temperature close to 40 degree to 60 degree. At the temperature, most of the components will be evaporated. Volatile component, air component, and nutrition components are evaporated. So what the spice grinding they're doing with cryogenic, we are spraying cryogenic liquid nitrogens and make the product low temperature. Then we grind it. Thereby, all your volatile oil component to the to the required extent you can now save. And second thing is the product uniformity is high. In the same mill, you can increase the capacity. For example, your mill is around 300 kg per hour or 150 kg per hour. You can increase because at the low temperature, the particle became more brittle. So because of that, you can do a better grinding at the same mill power. So you can save electricity. There is a better volatile oil component. There is a better like amps level going to come down in the motors. And since it is an inert atmosphere, there is no oxidation in the spice product, so the taste will be written as a fresh one. And sometimes there's a fire accident happen in the as a dust explosion system, but since it's a nitrogen, it will also reduce the risk of fire in the spice grinding process. So these are the item like in what are the spices, what are the volatile oil components there. In traditional methodology, how much losses we are going and how much we are saving. So this you can refer it. So this is the system, and what is the Linde now for the current situation? No, you need not to do the a special system for to convert from traditional grinding to cryo grinding. Even your existing mill, this is existing mill setup. You can convert this setup into a cryogenic setup. It is very much possible. We are also done few installation like that. So we are changed the customer's existing grinding setup to cryogenic grind-up. The customer is saved a huge yield saving, aroma component saving, and productivity center. Again, this is for aquaculture. Now, the India also now very much now the development is needed in terms of aquaculture. In India, most of the farmers are aquaculture farmers like a fish or a shrimp farmer. They're facing a huge problem in maintaining a DO level at night, because at night time even the planktons available in the thing and the oxygen production by the plankton is affected. So because of that, the DO level is going very, very less. Because of that, lot of issues are coming to picture. So how Linde is supporting for this type of farmers. So you see that Linde having this type of Solvox technology, which will be dissolve the DO level only at the night time when it is needed. So because of that, you can have a sufficient DO level in the water. Thereby, you can increase the stock density. In the similar area, you can know, for example, you are putting like a 2 lakh seeds, you can go with 3 lakh seeds, 3.5 lakhs of seeds. And because of that, since the DO level is available, there is a less stress to the farming. Because of the chance of getting disease also, it will be very low. Because of that, you can have a better yield out of it. So now this technology became very, very popular. Now we are adapting to the lot of people in Bhimavaram region, Nellore region, this segments, coastal region. We are now implementing this technology. So this is what how the installation looks like. Simple installation, it can be done in a farm level. So sucking is like again the wastage is related to problem. Many people know about what is the modified atmospheric packaging, whatever in the small packaging, lace chips, something like that. But here we are going with the bulk level. For example, if your farmer is doing in a bulk farm, so like even the entire package or entire system also you can control the moisture, you can control somewhat in the oxygen levels, you can control in terms of CO2 level. Thereby you can maintain the quality or freezing the growth level of the grains. Not only grains and fruits and vegetables. So Linde also providing the solution. So this can be implemented in farmer level. So thereby the farmer can retain or stock it, and he can maintain the quality. So he did not be hurry into selling the product. He can keep it, and when the good price is coming, and he can sell it out. So as I told, in order to make technology to reach the ground and make the people to involve all the things. So now Linde is established a demo center. So what is the demo center is like? All the entrepreneurs or all the people or all the startup people, all the company cannot do the innovations at their own end. So it need a capital equipment. So Linde done the capital equipments in terms of freezing equipments, in terms of measuring equipments. It is with a full-fledged kitchen. So the people can come and do the R&D and do the testings, and they can develop the product and they can market things. Even for the pilot level support also Linde is doing. And it is with the full-fledged training center is there. We are doing training for the farmers, like a self-employed group members, and we are tied up with also Andhra Pradesh government to do some like a training to the farmer as well as self-employed group members.
Mr.
So
Uladhan, can you speed up little? Yes. You can, yes. Yeah, because Mr. Madhu all along from US, he still is waiting for any question to be answered. Yeah.
Okay, sir. I'm finishing it.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
So this is a system, and you can do a pilot production also. So this is the modified atmospheric packaging. We have mixing unit, and as well as we have a packaging unit. You can try with the product. You can study the shelf life. So by this, I was ending my presentation. I little bit fast. So anything detailed for other applications, if you want to get on, you can contact my mail ID and phone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So we could get to know how cryogenic is applied in others, where people were knowing only about freezing of this thing. This innovation of applying cryogenic in grinding and everything was new for the students. I was getting a lot of questions. One question is that whether this cryogenic can be applied to the products like sweets, because someone is manufacturing sweet products and they have to export. So is it possible for them to apply to preserve the sweets? That was a question.
It is possible. There is two type of technologies. The technology number one is you can chill it or you can frozen it and you can sell the sweets. That is one. And second thing is like you can do modified atmospheric package. So Linde is already working with the huge number of sweet manufacturers. So you can extend the shelf life with the modified atmospheric package. Linde supply mixed gases as well as individual gases for them.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So now overall a general question from students. So right now in they don't, it is difficult for them to get into the internship into the companies directly. So is there any option to do, what are the things they can perform in home usefully? That is what the questions I have got.
So any panelist can take up this question and give your insights, please.
Please unmute, sir. Yeah.
There are many startups which are taking online internships. We have few startups which have took the online internships, and few of our MBA students first years have engaged with startups, as well as farmers producer companies need new marketing strategies under these situations. They are also looking for startups, but most of the time here now the paid internships are not available, but online one is available. There are many opportunities available, but paid one is very less.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
yes sir. Kind notice to all participants. Our event partner, Fast India Private Limited.
Yeah, I think Prabodh sir, sorry, Keshav Reddy.
Prabodh sir, you
Prabodh
can.
sir wanted to share some idea. Then we'll come.
Yeah. You can. Tell me, sir.
So you please unmute. Prabodh sir, you please unmute.
Yeah, I have done it for you. You can go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I think after a long time, we have the 50 days of locking ourselves in the house. And
Sir, your voice is very low, sir. I think.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
It is 50 over days that we are locked up in the house, and just imagine what kind of situation is going through in the entire lifespan. We never stayed with our own family for 50 days. It's like a big boss house. In that scenario, attending the webinar and doing the domestic work, the question what actually a student asks about what they can do. I think the crisis will give you the solution. You can apply online to the various companies, including startups and other companies. You will get accommodated as a trainee depending on the skill which you exhibit. For example, what you can do sitting at home, you can prepare the good white paper on the different scenario. Like China export is going to be reduced. So what kind of opportunity in Indian market? I am telling you, if you show the value, company will definitely take your skills. My personal, those who have contacted me, we have placed them in the different companies. That does not mean that everybody need to contact us, but I'm telling you, it is very much possible. Do not waste time. My friend students, you get 24 hours. Out of that, 8 hours you leave it for your sleeping, 2 hours for your good exercise, and 3-4 hours your personal. But spend 6 to 8 hours on skill development. If you do not come sharper, smarter, intelligent in this COVID time, you are losing out a very important time. Do not worry about internship. You should push it. You send the application to minimum 50 companies. You will get some door will get unlocked for you. Do not worry.
Good. Well said, sir. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, Mujumdar sir, you can. Yeah, I'll unmute for you.
Yeah, I think the students are right in asking what they should do.
Sir, please unmute, sir. Saikat, sir.
Sorry. I said that it's regular for the students to ask what they should do because they have never got used to such a situation. Yeah, but as I said in my presentation, our work has not stopped. We are working in projects in different locations with different communities and across the country. And it's an opportunity for students to approach us and see how we could. Actually, they would be more useful to us now because we are not able to reach to some of these locations. And please get in touch with us, email me, and we would be happy to have you in our projects because we are spread across Orissa. We are working in areas of Orissa which were affected by Fani to enhance the livelihoods of these farmers and communities through establishing food processing units. So there is opportunity for you there. We are working in 53 value chains and in Tamil Nadu, as Mr. Madhu had adhered to. So there's a lot of opportunity across the country to work with us. So we look forward to having you as partners in our initiative. Thank you. Yeah.
Good. Thank you. I think Mr. Madhu wanted to add some point.
Sure. So, my advice to students is that you have to keep connecting with the industry and keep trying. There's no easy way. Yeah, it's a game of probability. You have to be committed. You have to show passion, network. And keep trying. This summer we hired 6 interns, paid interns, and we took 3 of them full time in April. Not only that, during this COVID time, we did not fire any employees. We actually gave a salary hike up to 30% in this April, while everybody else is cutting, jobs and salaries. So I'm proud of that. So, but pride ourselves to be the best of the best. That's what we're reflecting even in our approach and everything. So some of you, if you consider yourself to be the best, you could definitely apply and try getting into some good companies.
Some question very similar to that. In fact, 4 years, this is our 4th batch on food processing and business management. Indian Institute of Plantation Management, 4 years ago, we introduced this program, PG program, exclusively on food processing and business management. So how do you see, the future of the career in the food sector and maybe an academic program like this? What are the prospects like, that are coming up? Yes, sir. Prabal, sir.
I spoke about it in my presentation, and I personally feel only technical ability in the food area will not take the bigger role. Along with that, the management ability, what you are combining for the students, one is the skill and one is the passion. If you marry these both, there is a success. So what this course which you have started 4 years back, this is your vision, and this is the right time when you will get the fruit of it, sir. Believe me, you require a good management person along with the technical ability, and that blend you are offering. So there is a huge prospect. Only one thing. Ask your students not to get demotivated. Start working on innovation, start working on tradition, start working on Indianness for the Indian problem and try to solve it. Agricultural sector is looking at you for value addition. We do not have any other option for India. I was talking to actually PMO and the Niti Aayog that investment has to happen in agriculture sector for India, because if you invest 1 crore rupees in agricultural processing, you generate 10. Invest 1 crore rupees in IT sector, you create only 1 job. What is a good opportunity for India? Agriculture and processing sector. So there is a good scope. Are you ready? So students should be not asked where is the scope. Students should be asked the question, there is a scope. Are you ready for it? So sir, you are at right time, at right place for India. We
Thank
are
you.
proud to be associated with you.
Rightly
Thank
said,
you so much,
Thank
sir.
you
In
so
fact,
much.
we are also doing the same thing, getting to marry the technology and the management. Most of our students are coming with the, the technology background, and we are giving a rigorous training on the management side of it. Thank you so much. Yes, sir. Mazumdar, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, Saikar sir, I can.
Yeah, I think your course is commendable and it's a good start. What I would request you to do is to actually plan internships for these students in rural areas, where we are facing challenges in getting people to work in rural areas. And unless we do that, it is not really making the local community sustainable, the units there sustainable. So we need to get technology as well as technologists to the rural areas, in the rural communities. That's what is lacking now, and we need to motivate our young students to see how this can be done. So this is, and maybe a policy intervention would also help in that regard. So that's my thought process on that. Thank you.
Yeah. Ready? Any other question? Any Rana?
Yeah, sir, I think from Himanshu is also there, sir, from Fast India Private Limited. He is one of the event partner with us of IIPM. You can students can put any questions related to food safety related, then analytical science related, and then instrumentation related also. They are here to give their what you call experiences and also their knowledge to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome, Mr. Himanshu. What do you want to? You want to add something or any questions?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Good morning, all the panelists and other participants. I joined a little late. I had a meeting going on, so I heard to the question and to the comments that very well Dr. Prabodh and Dr. Saikar put up. So I would just like to add to that, for the student today, it is very important to kind of utilize this time in focusing on employability rather than employment, because if employability is there, whether it be COVID times or any other times, employment will automatically come your door. So there is lot of kind of growth happening in our industry. There's so many companies, if you go into anybody's LinkedIn profile, see, he'll have 500 800 connections, and out of those, you'll come across, there'll be 100 companies which you do not even know about. So ultimately it is about preparing ourselves. If we are prepared, we are kind of employable, then employment nobody needs to worry at all. So that is just what I want to kind of add to that point.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I think we are already running, going well ahead. It's time us. Any other question? We can quickly take few more questions because speakers have already, taken a lot of their time. So I think the other questions we can compile and we can email it to you also, Rana madam, in case there are a few questions.
Can compile it and
Yeah. Shall we? Yes, sir. Dr. Prabodh.
I think there are two questions which I could see in the Dropbox. Number one is that what is the scope for food technology students and what kind of online training program which you can take? Reddy sir,
yeah,
there is a actually FSSAI guideline that every company need to recruit a technical person, food technologist, or graduate in chemistry or graduate in science.
Yes.
Today, what we have seen, I'm also on the board of the FSSAI Central Advisory Board, and what we have seen, the implementation of that particular requirement, having a technical person, is not 100%, because many companies have not recruited a food technologist because of the want of money. But after COVID, hygiene is becoming paramount, hygiene is becoming compulsory, and we can implement this in each actually in the plant and unit. I see more than 60,000 food technologists will get a job because of this condition, which is already laid down in the act. Only the implementation is at the district and state level. We can push that. From AFSTA, we'll push that. Like in the pharmacy, you will not get a license if there is no pharmacist at the shop. Forget about plant. Today, in unit, in the various unit, the small or big, Why you do not have a technical person? You need to have a technical person because he is the one who can take care of your food safety. So don't worry, if you are a technical person, you will get an appropriate job subject to you have a value, you have a skills, you have a that kind of input. There are many online courses. Please Google it. ITC Scan. This is the initiative of FSSAI. They are conducting so many online courses. CFTR is conducting online courses. Students, please get registered. Reduce your time of WhatsApp and Instagram. Increase your invest your time in the skill development. This is a right. There is a saying called Amar Fati. It's a Latin word. Amar Fati is a German scientist who actually coined this word, the Latin word. He said that what happens to you is for good. Do not think negative. Amar Fati is something which is happening to you is for the betterment of tomorrow. Believe in yourself and increase your power of hunger of the knowledge and share with others. The more you share the knowledge, more you share, more you become powerful. It says that Nachora Haryam, Nacharaja Haryam, Nabhatru Bhajyam, Nachabharakari. Vaye Krute Vardhata Eva Nityam, Vidyadhanam Sarvadhanam Pradhanam. चोर चोरी नहीं कर सकता है, किंग डिवाइड नहीं कर सकता है, दो भाइयों में डिवीजन नहीं हो सकता है. The knowledge is something when you give more, you earn more. Vidya Dhanam Sarva Dhanam Pradhanam. So I thank you, Dr. Reddy, for arranging such kind of webinar and spreading the knowledge. I'm personally happy amongst my all 15 seminars so far or webinar. This is one utilized and powerful seminar. I have taken my notes and I really learned something. So knowledge is something. You one thing, I learned 5 things. Thank you for inviting me.
Welcome, sir. Welcome. Mother,
One comment I have is for the there's a plenty of opportunity in the agriculture sector in India. It's very unorganized. There's so much opportunity. If you are into food processing right now, people use mostly fresh foods and a lot of it goes waste. So you can become an entrepreneur and start some kind of food processing in a small scale and get bigger. That's one opportunity if you're an entrepreneur. But if you are a management graduate looking for a job, this FEOs, FPCs, it's a very good concept, but they're poor in execution because due to lack of proper management and passion in leading things. So some of you graduates can actually go and become, managers for the FEOs, coordinating farmers, getting the inputs, outputs. There's plenty of opportunity there. The whole country needs to be organized under FEOs to become more efficient and deal with the fragmented land. There are many ways. So there's a lot of opportunity to innovate and establish very strong businesses. Under FEO side. If you can also go as an entrepreneur on that side. There are other areas like dairy. Very fragmented sector. There is ways you can organize, create a FEO type sector for dairies. Where you can pool the farmers and be able to have even production co-ops. I have another company that is in a conceptual level called Ag Forward, where I plan to bring all these dairies together into groups of small farmers and FPOs, and there is a new way of doing because the quality, right? When you think about the milk quality, India is the largest milk producer, but about 50% of the milk in India is adulterated. So when people feed the milk to their children, they're very worried that it's adulterated to the extent that they're willing to go to farmer, stand there watching him milk and take it. They can't trust the farmer. And largest dairies we have, right? What Amul, any other dairy we have, they're actually just marketing co-ops. So there is no real quality control at the production level. So they're just collecting milk from 100 small farmers who we don't know how they're managing the hygiene and what the diseases the animals have. There is no central control. So there is no quality control even from the dairies like Amul, So there's an opportunity for graduates to go and create some kind of a production FEO so that they can actually establish a centralized dairy and put all the animals in one place, employ a vet and manage hygiene and be able to provide the quality control. Like that, there is plenty of opportunities. Food is a basic requirement for people, and it's very unorganized. There is plenty of opportunities for the graduates.
Thank you. Yeah. Shall we wind up? Ready? Can you?
Yeah, anyone, sir, if you want to share any industry partners also there? I think Hindu people also may be present. Okay, if anyone willing to ask questions, okay, now you can free to ask.
Okay. I think we should be thanking all the speakers.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Can you just share a word of appreciation for all the speakers, Reddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah. The main intention of this event is WWH, right? That means why, how to do, and then what to do, how to do, right? As in present situation, right? Government and other organizations, they are having many schemes, but we don't have awareness about those schemes and then facilities, especially ICRISAT and then MABI for NABARD, and then they have plenty number of schemes. How to utilize that schemes and all, you go through their website and all, you will get idea. Main intention is this one only: why, what, how. Right now, I thought that everything was covered. Professor told why have to do certain type of activities related to food processing, and then what have to do, right? Mr. Saikat sir and Dr. Saikat sir and then Ulaganathan, these people, they have done related to what have to do, right? And then how to do, right? Mr. Shivakumar has given, and then Mr. Madhu also has given some insight how to do something like that, right? Uh, and also I'm expressing my heartfelt thanks to all panelists, Dr. Prabodh Sirish Halde, Head Regularity Marico, and immediate past president of AFSTI. Thank you, sir. And then Dr. Saikat Dutt Muzumdar from ICRISAT COO. And also here, I would like to announce one interesting point to media and then all participants also. Soon we are going to tie up with ICRISAT. We are designing future CEO scheme, right? People who are joining this postgraduate diploma in food processing and business management program, immediately after completing, they can become as a CEO of certain type of company, right? And also ICRISAT and then NABARD is also going to help. Also collaboratively, we are planning. And then at the same time, industry partners also, they are involving. And then in terms of internships, right? People, they will come up with two objectives, the students especially, to IIM or any other organization. One objective is they want to get job. Another objective is they want to get good career, right? Both we are going to fulfill by this program with the collaboration of the industry and then institute partnerships. Okay. And then Madhu, Mr. Madhu from Agrometrics, you have, I think still you are there. I think late night in US, you can understand that thing and all. Okay, anyhow, thank you very much. Right, we will soon we are going to collaborate with you, right? And also that Hindu people also, they want to take some interview of your experts. Okay, just explore your technology, because whatever technology you have, that is related to pre-harvest as on today, and then like that you can plan some more technologies for post-harvest also, right? Then that is a good thing. And then Linde also, our partner, right? They have given extraordinary and advanced technology, cryogenic technologies. Some industry partners also there, people who are into development of new ventures, new startups. You can go with them, right? They are going to help with all people. And then FAS is also there. They are we are having nearly long-term association with FAS, right? They are always with us, right? So that like that, many company people are there, but they are busy due to something, busy schedule due to some internet connectivity issues and all. Okay, they are unable to join with us. And also my special thanks to Mr. Shivakumar Palaniswamy, exploring of advanced technologies. And then they have certain type of schemes also, better to contact with them, right? They are also going to help you. People who wanted to become as an immediate startup owner, okay, they will help you. Okay, like that. Okay, and moreover, I would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our director. He is a person who initiated this event, and also he is a designer of this event also. Right, his name is Dr. V.G. Dhanakumar, right? He is the main backbone of this event. And then our professor is also there, mentor of this event, Professor John Manoraj, right? He is a marketing expert. If any industry partners, and then what we call students also, if you have any queries related to marketing, he is the marketing expert, and also he will take that questions and all. Later, not now, later onwards also, they will help you, right? They will solve your questions and all, whatever thing. And also our colleague, Dr. Rana Selva is also there, and also staff members, right? And then what we call technical support and computer center. Many people are there in this event, okay, but they are not visible. But we have to say thanks to all of them. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Ravi. We should thank you also for arranging all this, identifying the right speakers and coordinating with them, and the right speakers at the right time. All, as Dr. Prabodh was telling, all speakers are they were excellent, and I would say that it was inspiring or informative, interesting. All that I can talk about, it was very good. I'm sure that all participants would have really got benefit out of it. And a couple of announcements. We'll be IAPM will be pleased to do similar kind of a webinar in the coming days also. We'll be in touch with you. Coming Saturday also there will be another seminar on webinar. So thank you so much. And once again, on behalf of our institute and our director, Dr. V.G. Dhanakumar, we thank you all for your time. And I think it is still participants are there with us. That shows the speakers' interest level to hold the audience. Right.
Yes,
thank you so much, and thank you all. I think with this we can close. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you all. Have a great day.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you.
thank
you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you all of you.
Thank you. Thank you all the participants.